Now let's talk about Unity's built-in TexturePacker. If we go into our sprites folder, you'll see we have all these loose sprites. Now it made sense for us to convert these people and the zombies into sprite sheets. But sometimes you're going to have a whole bunch of loose sprites inside of your game. In this case, here, we wanted to keep each one of these as individual sprites. But when it comes to performance, we actually don't want them to be like this sitting inside of memory. Each one of these sprites is going to take up a certain allocation of memory on the GPU. An easy way to fix this is to combine them into a single texture. Now we can use an external texture packer, but now in Unity 5, using the texture packer is part of the personal edition. So in order to take advantage of this, what we're going to do is select all of our sprites. And here you'll see there's a packing tag. So what we're going to do is give them a packing tag so that they all share the same tag. In this case, we're going to call them obstacles. Now let's hit apply, and then we're going to go into the window and open up the sprite packer. What this is going to do is go through and find all of the sprites that have the same packing tag and combine them into an image when we run the game. Here you'll see I hit pack, and we now have all the artwork put into a texture. Now it's going to look a little funny. There's going to be pixel bleed, but none of that will actually show up when we're in the game and using the sprite individually. Also, based on the size of these textures, you might wind up with 1 page or 2 pages or different pages based on the number of artwork you have in your game. Now let's take a look at how this actually works. If we close this and remove our packing tag and hit apply, let's drag some items onto the scene. Here we'll drag a chair, and we'll drag a couch, and let's drag a crate. If we run our game and open up the stats, and we can also go to our camera and change this to 80 so that we see these objects, you'll see that batches is set to 3. Now, let's stop the game and make sure we set the camera back to 80 just so that we see everything. So now if we go back into our sprites and we re-add the packing tag, then go back into the sprite packer and repackage everything and rerun the game, you'll see that the batches has been lowered. Batching is a way that we combine draw calls. So in this case, since all of these loose sprites are now on the same texture, we're able to actually save a draw call without having to reference the individual ones. Now, this savings can grow exponentially depending on how many loose sprites you have on a scene. So it's very important for us to take advantage of the texture packer wherever we can. Up next, we're going to build a pixel-perfect camera so that our artwork displays correctly at any resolution.